This is maybe more for mommy, papa. How was I like growing up? Or like as a baby and then through my whole life.
Let that go.
Mom first.
Okay.
So this is how many levels?
It says, I think 2.
And how many years old is this building?
This is,
This
I think
setup?
they just renovated it. Like,
It's pretty good.
I'm coming to that.
It's absolutely world class.
I want to be an
Okay, if you come, I'll come with you. Otherwise, I'm coming anyways.
So I was born in New Delhi, India. My family's from there. My mom is Sonia. My dad is Ashok. Especially as you get older, and obviously I'm in college now, so I miss them so much, but I always think about like how I can give back to them too. And then Megha is my elder sister, and then Karan is my younger brother, so I'm the middle kid. I'm gonna get a lipstick mark. When I was 4 or 5, we moved to Michigan, to Stevensville, which was a really small town. I really liked it. We lived by Lake Michigan, so that was really nice. Our backyard was kind of like a ravine and like foresty. And I remember just like laying down. It's the first time I saw like the clouds like moving in the sky and stuff. I went to Hollywood Elementary School, which I always make fun of like the name. So in 5th grade, we moved back to New Delhi. And then I went to the American Embassy School. I finished elementary, middle, and high school there, so I graduated from there. New Delhi was obviously like a huge change from Stevensville just because it's such a big city and there's so much going on. Being Indian, but also being in like an international school was also really interesting. This is Aman. We met in high school. He's an economics major.
Our high school was a pretty small high school. It was an embassy school, so there were like a lot of people from a lot of different places. And I knew Neha as the girl who used to ask me for homework help, and she used to use me a lot for like homework help. I don't even think she knew my name, but she used to just come up to me and ask me for homework.
He used to ask me for my homework in Indian studies.
It's not true.
Obviously, since I'd lived in India longer, he's moved around, Singapore, Philippines, so he lost a grip on it. So he used to ask me for help, and, we bonded through homework.
And then, like, gradually, we got, like, really close, just as friends, and then in 12th grade, yeah, just went from there.
He's doing a chase scene or something.
It'll be hard to ride.
We just were completely independent in terms of college applications.
IU was the first one that I got into, though. So
Yeah,
I think
same.
that's really cool, yeah. Senior year is so stressful. We also both did the IB, so that's a whole other thing. And then, like, college applications and SAT. It was so nice to, like, get an email and be like, whoa, like, I got accepted somewhere. So I was very happy. Who missed me the most?
I think I. Mama and yeah, Mama for sure.
His hand went up. Did everybody see
Yeah.
that? Got his hand went up. Got his
You
hand
got
went
it.
up.
Where's the elbow?
Here.
She brings a lot of balance, and like whenever I'm just like going off track a bit with whatever it is, she's like keeps it real, which is what I like. She's like my reality check in a way, yeah. So it takes Neha to chop 2 cloves of garlic. It takes her like, what, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes? I made
I'm just a slow
I made
chopper.
like a whole dish, and like.
He made guac.
No, I didn't.
So
I
you
made
just
like
chop-
pasta once, and then like by the time I was done with the pasta, she like was barely done chopping the garlic. So.
I finally chop it. So.
Finally chop it. And you finally chop it.
I love Delhi. I love India. I love my family, my friends. Like I missed it a lot coming here, and whenever I was like homesick and like would cry, he gave me purpose and reminded me that like I'm here on a mission, he would say, and that like I'm choosing to be here for my education away from my family, and they're also sacrificing like time that they could be with me and my friends and everything. So that helped me a lot in the beginning when I was really homesick and missing India and wanting to go back. These are from my home. These are like the plates that we use at home, so I brought them here. So I love them. In college, I think also we've kind of like learned how to like be adults together. So like cooking, we've both picked up how to cook properly and like trying out new recipes and everything, which is super fun. It's really funny because in India, like there used to be so many days where I didn't want home food, but now that I'm here, I'm sick of sandwiches and pizzas and burgers, and I want my mom's like home food, and I want home cooked food.
Yay!
Yay!
It's in!
Right. Miami's going to be underwater in 5 years, and you don't have a green policy?
Forget the application.
You know what? This interview's over.
Interview? This was supposed to be a lease negotiation.
I have a job with RPS as a Q, which is a community educator. There's one per residence hall. IU is very diverse, so we have people from all over the world, and that means that as RPS and just as members of the IU community, we should do our job to educate about the different races and cultures, everything that's represented here at IU.
I'm a who's you and you're a who's you too if you've taken a picture at sample dates. No. You guys actually? No. No. Why haven't you? That's more, so we have a picture together as people. Oh my God.
Okay,
When I found out that Neha was a Q, I was really like happy for her. It's like a big deal to be a Q or an RA because like there's such a long application process and you actually have to be distinguished and you have to be like fit for the role. So
I checked my email and it was like, congratulations, you're gonna be a Q, and we were like in the library together and I was like, no way, and I just like I just was not expecting it in that moment. That's the last thing I thought I would see when I opened my email.
I've seen her bulletin boards too, and she's like really, really good at doing those bulletin boards because she's very open-minded and very artistic, so she presents ideas in a very like unique way. And I was actually surprised about how, like, given how small Bloomington is, like, IU is massive. To go from, like, knowing everyone in my grade to being, like, a guppy in, like, a massive ocean, like, it's just, it was, like, very different.
It's just surprising how big IU is, which in the beginning was, like, frightening and really hard to navigate, like, while you're also trying to adjust. But I think, like, through the years, like, finding a bunch of small communities and groups of people, like, that's what's kind of helped and made it, like, a much better experience.
Who are the true friends? We're in the back.
This is so good. It's my first time having it.
Really? I think my first time was at a Halloween event in Center last year.
Really? It's so good.
It's just like,
I would say that, like, time flies. I think, like, as a freshman, you're like, oh, I'm just a freshman. But then you're no longer a freshman, so just seize the moment, like, when it happens. And I feel like it's better to try something and not like it than leave it than to not do it at all.
It just seems like yesterday where we were just like running around in Delhi.
In many ways, we've changed and like grown up because we've known each other for like 5 years since the beginning of high school, and now we're almost gonna graduate college. But at the same time, we're like still kind of like the same Neha and Aman from high school that like to have fun and have banter and everything. So I think it's like a good balance of like staying the same and also changing for the better. There's a lot of squirrels. They have an Instagram page called Squirrels of IU.
Yeah?
And it just has pictures of all the squirrels.
And they graduate every 4 years?
They stick around for a while.